What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another installment of Honest and Uneducated, the show where we talk about anything from movies, movie news, video games, comic books, collectibles, all sorts of fun stuff like that. We got a lot of Flash news today here, or Flash Multiverse DCEU, Batman, Superman kind of news dropping all in that same movie, so that's pretty exciting. We also have some Thor news. What are we're going to talk Bad Batch episode 8 at the end of the show like we normally do. So stay tuned for that. It is going to be a little bit of a spoiler-filled discussion, but also happy Father's Day to anybody out there. I had a good Father's Day myself here being a father. Rick, we got Rick Metz here in the house, but you're not a father, but you still have a father.
I
So,
do.
did
I
you do
do.
anything exciting for Father's Day?
I got to hang out with my dad last night. Got dinner, hung out with my brother, and then my dad spent the day with his girlfriend.
There you go. Well, at least your dad probably had a good night.
Yeah, he did.
There it is. Right there it is. But yeah, I bring up Father's Day primarily here because I had a pretty killer Father's Day as far as
I'd say.
collectibles go and everything. So obviously, first I got to give a thank you to my wife Sarah for all this stuff. But I'm going to share with you all the stuff that I got here.
She
So
hooked you up.
I got a pretty good hookup here. You'd think it was like Christmas or my birthday or all three, like Father's Day, birthday, and Christmas all in one. But it wasn't. So again, though, we're gonna take a look at this stuff because I'm pretty excited about it. And one of them is both me showcasing those figures, but also if you follow me on social media, I finished my 3D talk displays of the lighting and everything that's on it, and they look pretty spectacular. So I wanted to share that anyway. 'Cause on stream this past Friday, I had 2 of 3 of the DTOFs completed, so I kinda gave a preview of that, but now all 3 are completed, and it's really it's good stuff. But nevertheless, first off, though, before we get into it, and apologies for anybody on the listen to the podcast, you're unfortunately not gonna be able to see any of this stuff, but it'll give you a reason to come, check out the YouTube video afterwards. So first, I got this nice Batman Beyond with the animated likeness little statue here. As you can see, it's a bit the Batman figure, I just noticed it's a bit dusty. You can see that there.
Just a bit.
But that's the problem with having things not inside of a case. So I've done it. I actually have a while back. I did a review of like this animated series Batman and the Superman figure, I believe, because my wife, on top of like all the other great stuff she gets me, she actually has gotten me like I have a bunch of these animated series statues and like Justice League animated series, Batman animated series, et cetera. But she's got me all of those, and they're really great. I have a playlist on here that I need to get back to doing once I get through all the uh, all the hot toys and everything. But it's called the budget collectibles, which hot toys and, like, custom statues are pretty damn expensive, so that's why I also have this playlist and series of videos that I do. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while, but I need to get back to it, but it's more of a budget-friendly collectibles kinda thing, and that's where I would showcase some of these off, so I need to get back to doing that 'cause, this Batman Beyond one would obviously be one that would show up in there. That's kind of the great thing about these is, like, they look really great as far as, like, they capture the likeness, like, very well, like, and they're very budget friendly, especially in comparison to, like, Hot Toys and everything. So, but Batman Beyond's one of my favorite Batman anything, so I'm really glad to have that. That is really cool. And then here, though, this is the lighting display here of the 3D tops that I was talking about. So not everything's final in, like, as far as the figures, like, and where they are and everything, but this is the setup for now, and as you can see, at least I think anyway, it turned out pretty damn well. What do you think, Rick? You think this
I
looks
think
good?
it did, yeah. In
I
person, I mean, pictures don't really do it justice.
It really doesn't. I just took this picture with my phone too, of all things, so if I mean, I'm sure I could go in there and, take some pictures with, like, this camera and something, and it'd be a lot better, but nevertheless, this looks pretty great.
What'd you get?
Oh, yes. And the new stuff in here that I got though, is the Endor Leia from Return of the Jedi down here next to Bespin Leia and R2. So I got that. My wife got me that. So again, thank you. Thank you. And then she also got me the Skiff Guard Lando here. So I finally, if you were watching the stream this past week, I think we were talking about this on the stream. One of the key things that me and John were talking about, this may have been after you left, Rick, I can't remember. But I used to have Han Solo and Carbonite here down behind Phasma and Kylo. It really didn't go with them, you know what I mean? It's a completely different time frame. The only thing I had with it was like, well, that's his dad, you know, that's Kylo's dad, so I just kind of threw him in there with him.
Frozen in carbonite. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, aside from that, the only thing I really had that could go with the Han Solo and Carbonite was Vader or Bespin Leia, but they don't really go with him all that well. And then like Vader takes up too much room with his base, and then Solo takes up like as you can see, pretty much takes up the whole damn shelf. So even the figures I had that could go with the Vader or the Solo, I didn't. They wouldn't even fit on the shelf together. So that worked out like in more ways than one because that Skiff Guard Lando is a super dope figure.
It is. It is.
Like it looks really well done. That's a sideshow piece, but it also gave me like something to actually put with Han here that actually makes
That's a
sense.
sideshow?
That is a sideshow Skiff
That's a
Guard.
good looking sideshow.
The head sculpt's actually surprisingly good too.
Yeah.
Like because it has a regular Lando head sculpt unhelmeted, but then it has the helmeted head sculpt. So, but it looks very nicely done. But the other thing this did was give me a good excuse here to you'll like this, Rick.
Hmm.
It's in my cart right now. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna pull the trigger here eventually, I'm fairly certain. But this setup here with the Skip Guard Lando and the Han Solo and Carbonite gave me a perfect reason to buy the Empire Boba Fett.
That's true.
So
That's very
I'm
true.
I'm probably gonna be buying that here soon. So because that would be absolutely perfect sitting adjacent to Lando here on the other
No, yeah,
side.
that'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
it would look amazing. Like
Fill in that gap too.
yeah, it would fill in the gap there because there's just it's kind of hard to tell with the light being reflected right here, but there's just as much room on the other side of this where Lando is, so Boba would fit perfectly in there. Might even put one of his feet up on top of the thing where he's just sitting there holding the gun or something.
Right.
I'm picturing right now, and it looks amazing. All right, it's in my head, it looks amazing. But to briefly discuss like this lighting setup, I will be. Oh wait, I actually have one more too. My wife got me the Sith Jump Trooper down here, the Sith Jet Trooper. I always call it a Jump Trooper for whatever reason.
They fly now?
Right.
They fly now.
That was technically just the first order Jet Trooper,
That's true.
technically speaking. But nevertheless, this is a figure that I would never have probably because I don't really collect the sequel trilogy stuff. The two, like Kylo Ren and Phasma, were the only two sequel trilogy things I ever planned on getting. That was honestly there was one more I did consider getting, Rick, and that was after I saw some reviews of it, and that was the Rise of Skywalker Rey in like her white garb because not because I like Rey or anything, but she comes with Dio, so I would like to have had that. Just like I would like to have like a BB-8 and everything, but I haven't wanted to actually go out of my way and buy all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the Rey figure comes with 3 lightsabers. She comes with the OG Graflex lightsaber. She comes with the lightsaber she had at the end of the movie with the yellow blade. So it's the only yellow
And the Leia
Hot
lightsaber?
Toys lightsaber, and it comes with the Leia lightsaber.
That's pretty cool.
So that was like literally once I saw she came with a lot of stuff, I was like, well, damn, I actually wouldn't mind having that just for the lightsabers themselves at that point. Like, Jesus, I could give it to my Jedi Leia there. Just Return of the Jedi Leia, the indoor Leia, and just call it a day. But nevertheless, the Sith Jump Trooper, though, or the I'm gonna always call it Jump Trooper. Nevertheless, it actually looks really cool in person. It has like a
does.
nice, unique design to it, especially with like the helmet and everything. But the guns, like the weapons, are like super dope looking.
They are.
Granted, they do kind of look like something more that would be in like Halo,
They do.
but they look really good. Like
They're well done.
They are very well done. The paint job is really nice on them. So like, I'm glad I have that in all honesty because it fits nicely in there behind Phasma and Kylo anyway. So,
Sure.
but now speaking to the lighting real quick, I will be making like a how-to video on how I did this and like a demo because I actually have a mirrored back on all 3 of these. You can kind of see like the reflections of like Leia and like Mace Windu and all them on there. I have a mirrored background or a mirrored backdrop. It's not an actual mirror, so I'll get into this more in the video and everything. But then what I did was I have like these V channels that go around the entire perimeter that has one single 16-foot LED strip running around the entirety of the V channel. So that combined with like the mirrored background and everything gives it a ton of depth. It helps bounce the light around. And the coolest part here is, as you can see, there's no issue of, like, light bleeding over. So, like, these are RGB strips, so I could turn on, like, one of these with a red light, like the dark side shelf over here, and the white's not bleeding over into the red one, and the red's not bleeding over into the white one, so it's, like, super cool. I typically just have them all white, but it is, like, nice every once in a while. Like, I like this particular setup, just having, like, the dark side with the red light on them at some points in
Yeah.
time. I think it looks pretty cool. And then to take it even a step further, just to demonstrate there's no light bleed, look at that. You can do green, blue, and red, and they all stick to their own respective color. So, like,
RGB.
yeah, it is RGB, look at that. Well, it's GBR, but either
GBR.
way. But nevertheless, I posted, some stuff on Facebook and, like, some, collector groups about when I was setting up this lighting and everything. And the reason I bring this up is I got a lot of questions about, would there be light bleed over from one into the other and, blah, 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 blah. And, there's not. Like, as you can see, it all looks good. So, like I said, I will be making a kinda, like, instructional how-to guide into how to replicate this exact setup and everything. But, yeah, in the end, I think it turned out rather well. I'm pretty happy with it. Once I get all my, pre-orders in the next, I don't know, year or 2 at this point, it'll be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good. But, yeah, I'm excited for it.
All
I'm
right.
excited for it. So, again, thank you to my lovely wife, Sarah, for getting me all this stuff. So, it's very
Pays to be a dad sometimes.
it does. It pays to have a wife that loves you more than anything. 'Cause I don't think
I
I
don't
don't
know
yeah,
that.
I don't think it's really common for it's not a very normal, typical Father's Day, you know what I mean?
No, but
Whipping out 3, like, Hot Toys figures and a statue, the Batman Beyond statue, like, it's a pretty big day. A pretty big day. So, yeah, it was great, though. It was a good time. I was excited about it. Excited I have the shelves done and everything, so, yeah. That was my, quick little Father's Day extravaganza here so far, so but yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about the shelves. I will be making a, video for all that stuff and whatnot, but nevertheless, let's get into the actual show here. So first off, before we get into any of the topics rather, do not forget that you can submit topics and questions to us, for us, to address on this very show by emailing us at honestanduneducated@gmail.com. That's honestanduneducated@gmail.com. Also, every Wednesday, our collectible reviews go up. The most recent one I did was the deluxe version of Jyn Erso from Rogue One, so that full review is up on the channel now. And again, those drop every Wednesday, so go check that out, like it, subscribe, all that sorts of fun stuff. And then lastly, every Friday we do our live streams as we've mentioned before here. And I normally, when I get new figures in, I'll do like an unboxing and figure preview during the live stream. So we normally go around start between like 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that's every Friday usually, unless something comes up. So come hang out with us there. And then, like I said, if you like the hot toys and the collectibles and stuff, we normally do the figure unboxing and previews then. So there is that. So